Hey guys, and welcome back to Black Desert Online. I'm your host, The Dark Side, playing as The Dark Side, and uh, let's see what we got. So we didn't really finish anything over here the last time we were here playing inside. Where were we? We were inside Olivia. That's the area, just up to the north here. We didn't really complete anything. We didn't complete anything necessarily. We did complete most of the town, but yeah, we didn't complete the whole of the town. We still have reason to go back here. Something's going on over here with this farm, and we have one individual over there we gotta find. But I'm not that concerned with it because what I really am concerned with is the node management. I started a home over here in Olivia, and what I really need to do is start working on connecting nodes. But I also want to start connecting, along with connecting nodes, I also want to connect, so this node right here is Casta Farm, and this one right here is the Wolf Hills. And I want to be able to start connecting them along to this area. So right now I'm inside the Western Gate, and we're going to complete some quests over here first. That's what we're going to do. And then you can see right over here to the town right here is the Western Guard Camp. So you can see that's the Western Gateway, and this is the Western Guard Camp. Jamie's over here. We need to start connecting these nodes. We're going to get to that. Wow. Party of Come in. Wow. I don't think I've run into a raiding party. What was that I just picked up? A defense token. Similar to Defense of Belernos. Take it to Captain Cliff at the Western Camp. This is going to be one of those like node achievement things right there. Like, you know, you want to drop your items in there. I don't think I've run into those at all yet, to be honest with you. So we're going to collect as many of these up that I can. I'm stuck on something over here. Don't know what it is. So let's see if I can't go around. Let's see if I can't grab my defensive tokens. Oh, they disappeared. Alright, so we got our defensive tokens. So they want us to go into town. So before we actually go do anything, we're going to come inside this town and we're going to meet up with people.
You must never forget to maintain your equipment properly.
Okay, so we don't have enough knowledge in order to really talk to Constant and find out things from him. So let's get it hawking. So we have another stable keeper.
Where are you from? You an outsider? I'm Samuel. I take care of the camp's horses.
I'm laughing because of the way he sounds. I don't know. This is a weird voice to think about. Like, I don't know. It's a weird voice. You know, it's a Korean MMO, and it's weird.
Calm down, you
If this breaks, you're done.
Your strength is no use.
God, this thing is noisy.
Hey,
No problem on that side.
Your strength is no use.
Hold on. If this breaks, you're done. God, this thing is noisy.
Your strength is no
So
use.
we're gonna get some
no problem on that
contribution
side.
for XP and some recovery.
Hold
on
on.
that too.
If this
I
breaks,
really
you're done.
want the recovery,
God, this thing is noisy.
the contribution points. I want to start.
Hey, no problem on that side.
Your strength is no use here.
God, this thing is noisy.
Start pulling you, it's
Calm
problem on that side.
You must be an adventurer.
Klaus.
Do you need a weapon? The imps have stolen a lot of the militia's weapons.
So you can see he's going to give us an inventory slot, and it's literally one expansion slot. Like, I mean, one square. So keep that in mind.
Captain Cliff tends to favor Armstrong.
He also has a shop here where we can buy individual items from him. So if you wanted to, you could buy a militia longsword, except we already own a militia longsword. At this point, you probably actually have already collected militia items from him. So if you want to, you can just try to sell things to him that you don't want to keep in your inventory, because as you can see, it's going to give us a warning here in a little bit to be like, yo, you know what? You gotta get rid of some shit. Let's see if we can sell the rebar armor to him. And you can see you can earn more money by selling that item at the marketplace. So it's up to you whether or not you choose to sell it or not. I think this item right here, it can't be sold at any of the vendors, and I don't believe it can be sold on a marketplace. So you're pretty much going to be inside that realm of just destroy it, pretty much. These items right here, you can see we're at the rebar shoes. You got a low of like 157 and then like a high of 303. But to be honest with you, I don't think that you're going to get much money from them either way. We'll hold on to it.
Loyalty cannot be planned? Sure it can. Everything changes according to circumstances.
I think there is a marketplace vendor inside here, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think there is.
Are you here to meet Captain Cliff? We all have faith in the captain.
And more contribution XP. Contribution XP and recovery for energy.
The number of injured soldiers is steadily increasing. The imp captain Rednose is the cause of all this trouble.
And she is also selling materials for you to actually farm with, so keep that in mind. Still instructor.
Ordinary men always obsess about their glory days. To stay alive, you must learn the appropriate skills.
You don't want to get paid, huh? This tastes weird. Do you expect me to eat this garbage?
Princess, this isn't Heidel, you know.
I don't want to hear it. Let's just finish here and go home. This place truly is the middle of nowhere. It really doesn't suit me. I knew this would happen. So, you don't want to get paid, huh? I knew this would happen. So, you don't want to get paid, huh?
Do you need some potions? The number of injured soldiers is increasing every day.
So you can see she has items for rent, and she has a match lock pistol that you can get from her, but it requires 2 contribution points in order to rent it. A lot of people are going to have items like that you could actually rent, so it's going to be up to you whether you do or don't rent those items. I'm kind of running around here mostly...
I have a lot to do. Be careful out there, adventurer.
Mostly because I'm trying to make sure that I meet people before I go and take care of these quests. And that I grab any quests related to it, so... That's why.
Trusted.
Grand Chamberlain Jordine can't be trusted.
Yay! Got information about that Baleno's bear.
Grand Chamberlain Jordine can't be trusted.
So that should take care of them, but we still gotta talk to this.
Trust me, he told me there's another imp captain. Tiny Nose told me.
Where is he?
A cave. The imp cave.
The search party? On standby. So it's in the northeast. You will go with him.
Yes.
If there's 2 imp leaders, this won't be easy. I am Captain Cliff, commander of the Western Guard Camp.
Okay.
Everyone's following this old captain. I will protect them with my life. It seems that an imp named Red Nose is making trouble around here.
And he's got quite the number of quests here to take care of.
Grand Chamberlain Jordine
he's also
can't be trusted. There are more dangerous ones around. Grand Chamberlain Jordine can't be trusted. Princess Jarette is here. Please, mind your manners. I hope you cooperate with Fania and Jamie. Grand Chamberlain Jordine can't be trusted. Grand Chamberlain Jordine can't be trusted.
So here we are inside the Western Guard camp, and we pretty much need 2 contribution points in order to invest here. We only have 1, unfortunately. It's a city, so we could invest in this. Now the other good thing is we could go back over here to Ovia and we could sell that camp as well and reclaim that contribution points. Contribution points never go away, so
You can use energy to upgrade your skills, even without meeting me. If your enemy is stronger than you, gain experience by fighting weaker opponents for a while.
So we just learned a skill called Charging Thrust is what we learned. Take a look at this one. And it was a skill given to us pretty much by our Black Spirit. You will get skills that are just like, yeah, here you go. Where is it though? Definitely wasn't Charging Slash, or it could have been Charging Slash. Here it is. So to do this skill is just up in our secondary, so we've now got 2 skills involving our secondary attack up, And forward and F is basically our charging thrust, which is our gap closer, and then we got our chop kick, or yeah, chopping kick. So there we go. We still aren't going to use our skills that we do have just yet. We're going to save those.
Would happen, so you don't want to get paid, huh? This place truly is the middle.
So now she's asking us to complete the quest that we were trying to get her to do when we were in Ovia, and we overheard her talking to Edan about.
I knew this would happen, so you don't want to get paid, huh?
So we can learn about Jarrett here. She's the only daughter of Crucio Dungat, the Lord of Hydael. As the sole object of the Lord's love, Jarrett was spoiled her whole life. She predictably became a considerate brat who is, or excuse me, a considerable brat who is only afraid of one person in the world, the Lord's handmaid, Carolyn. Carolyn's strict approach with Jarrett earned her even greater trust from Lord Crucio. So we can learn about multiple people in here. Captured ogre. Look at that. I like the ogres. And Klaus. He's actually a friend of Takros from Velia, who is very knowledgeable about weapons. Okay. So I like this story because you can see characters and you start to learn more about the characters' natures, who they know, the relationships and so forth like that. Which means that because we learned about him, if we wanted to have a conversation with Takros, it's probably going to be beneficial of us to throw in, Klaus's name into the mix so we could raise the points, because obviously that's probably going to be a point of interest for him if we start talking about him, so keep that in mind. So now they want us to defeat some Grey Wolves. And the Grey Wolves we will defeat.
Are you here to look for a ship? You can reach Hydael and then Calpheon if you sail along the Balanos River.
So you can see she's pretty much, there's fishing to be done over here, fishing to be had, and
the river's narrow, so you have to focus.
And she can take you on boats, I guess. You can also learn to swim over here. The one thing that's I'm concerned is I'm running around out here and looking for these wolves, and to be perfectly honest with you, I haven't sold any of my items to the vendor yet. I'm gonna sell these items because I don't think I'm gonna get very much money from them by dropping some of them in the marketplace anyways. Like, let me see, you know what, actually 2 of the items I'm just gonna drop. No, that's not what I want to do. I'm just gonna drop this and trash it. Click on auto arrange in here. Alright, there we go. And then these 3 items over here, I think I'm just going to sell them to her.
Are you here to meet Captain Cliff? We all have faith in the captain.
So now we need to go about completing some of the quests over here. One of which is defeating Grey Wolves. The other is helping Edan out.
We'll never lose our pride to the Hydaellians. This is a Western Guard camp.
Now we've learned about that, and I want to make sure that you guys notice. So we spent levels pretty much 10 over there in the area of in Wolf Hills. Now, if you are about just trying to level up, I would suggest you make your way to the Forest of Seclusion and level up there to about level 15, I think it is. And as you just noticed, my maximum endurance has now increased to 1025 from me running around. The more you run around, the more your endurance and stamina increase. And
You
likewise,
must
if
be
you
an
were using a
adventurer.
horse.
Do you need a weapon? The imps have stolen a lot of the militia's weapons.
So see, we could start conversation with him. Let's take a look at this. So let's see. So the requirement right here is fail to spark the interest of Klaus 3 times. If selected interest level is lower than targets, the possibility of failure is higher. So his level is 32 and it tells you right now. So if you can get interest levels that's way below his, like this guy's got a 2, you see it's like 6%, that one's 30%. So basically they want you to fail talking to this dude a number of times. Let's see who we have to fail with this good Klaus. We are actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus. We're not going to be able to do this right now because we don't have enough people for him to actually talk to actually fail, it looks like. So we're going to have to meet more people in order to actually fail that conversation. Although I didn't even think about to check to see if
Captain Cliff tends to favor Armstrong.
Yeah, no. I was gonna try to see if it was gonna like let me, I don't know.
I'm Luke from Valia. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm proud that I pay taxes. The money will be used to make Balenos great again. Interested in trading? I always welcome traders. If you want to trade, you should connect nodes and make a trade route.
Which is what he's talking about. You can see he'll take imp totem fragments and tree spirit seeds, and he'll purchase them from you if you have them. So, or you can sell him those fragments, things like that, or whatever. And yeah. So you notice there's somebody there riding around a goddamn donkey.
Defense is survival. You should invest in armor.
So you can see we've now talked to 9 out of 10 people in the Western camp. He's selling some things here, but he's selling the Reblas set. We've got the Rebar set. So these things are better than what we have, but we're not going to purchase them.
My muscles are loyal to the cause of Captain Cliff.
Really, bro? So then we've got here, let's see what it is. He wants us to gain an accumulated favor of 126 or more from Miguel. You can earn favor by successful sparkling interest. So let's see. You can see his interest level is really low, so there's nothing there that he wants to talk about. His interest level is not high enough. He's got an interest level of 28, but Miguel has an interest level of 32, so here we go. So we got Armstrong. Who else we got? We've got Thana. Hessenvale. And then it looks like our next one is gonna be, yeah, Jamie's just too low. So without looking for the next guy in the chain, it's gonna be, I think, Samuel. So let's go ahead and do that and see what we get here for our conversation. So let's go ahead and converse with him. And there we go. So you can see now that we gained a total of 23 amity in total, so from the 1, and we sparked his interest 6 times because of the way it went on here. It was like literally ping, 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 came back for this one, then ping, and then ping back to the end over there, and we were able to get our total accumulated favor level for him at 28 with that setup for a maximum favor level of 63. So so now it's telling us we can, sparking the interest will always succeed in the interest level. So we can continue doing this for him. So it's like, please select knowledge to discuss in order, 4 or more must be chosen. So we can continue on with that path of talking to him. Like Armstrong is who we had. I think it was Thana, we had Hessenvale, and then we had Samuel. So we can converse with this dude. And we should have sparked the interest of Miguel Aries one time. And we've increased. So you can see how that's working out for our favor or whatever. Let's do it one more time because I think we could meet that requirement as well. So we have Armstrong, Thana, Hessenvale, and then Samuel, and converse. And there you go. So now we've completed all the requirements for Miguel. There's nothing else left to be done here. He's got a total of 138 amity that we built up for him. And let's get an egg. The conversation has increased amity by 138. So you can see the way that went. That's pretty much the way it goes. That was the conversation we had with him. And now look at that amity level for that dude. It's pretty high up there. So now we can see that he wants us to gain a maximum favor of 30 or more from Miguel Aries. Maintaining combos and favorable knowledge will help you obtain higher favor. So we already know the pattern here for him, which is Armstrong, Thana, Hessenvale, and Samuel, unless the person that's out there that we haven't talked to in the camp yet or in the area has a higher level for him. But we got a maximum favor level of 68, which is good for us. So there's no energy consumed, so we gain 25 amity. Now it wants us to gain a maximum favor 26 or more from Miguel. Let's do it one more time. and we just eclipsed that favor, and it's pretty fairly straightforward. So we've gained 75. Gain a maximum favor of 29 or more from Miguel. We know we can do that, so let's do it again. Armstrong, Fana, Hessen, Bell, and Sample. And we complete it again, so now we've got a total of 146 favor with him. And you can basically see how that's working out. It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here all day trying to gain favor from Miguel, who looks like the dude from Teen Wolf to me. Let's do it one more time. I'm not going to do it all day though, like I said. Because we pretty much know what it is here now. So, and we know we can beat just about anything that they're giving to us and throwing at us. Boom! 4 times. Well, we know we can do that too. I think the highest we've gotten so far was like 266. So literally that's a game that you can continually play with these guys if you wanted to. I'm not going to continually do it, but you could keep playing that game with them in order to increase your amity for them. As your amity increases, you know, then you'll fall into the realm of that. So you can see we've had 6 conversations with him, and there's a total of 12 conversations to be had with Miguel in order to go through that whole process. You know what? I'm gonna keep going through with the conversations just so that way we can see what happens when we finish out a conversation with somebody. I don't imagine that we won't be able to finish out this conversation. Accumulated favor of 94. That is starting to get up there. But here we go. We've got 8 conversations. Fighting imps is never easy. So he's not really... These conversation things are weird because I know he's supposed to give us new quests and stuff like that or whatever, but yeah, we'll see. So we've got insufficient energy. So we run out of energy with Miguel here in order to continue these conversations. But we've got some new story information here. Let's see what we got over here. Barossa, the dock manager, Duvane, Luke, and Miguel Aries. So as we finish out the conversations with them, that stuff is just going to increase. It's going to continually go up, and we'll figure out where we're going with that. But yeah, so that was fairly easy, and that's pretty much the way conversations work in the game. You basically need to just figure out those and continually do them. So as energy is restored, we'll come back over to Miguel and we'll finish up with his conversation requirements right there. Let's see see, what was I doing? Oh, so what we wanted to do now is we wanted to go to meet Edan the Explorer for his little thing. There's other people here that we... What the fuck did he just swing at him for? Oh, well, that's what it was. Now, remember what I said, if you were trying to just quick level, after you got done with the foothills area, the Wolf Hill areas, then you would come over here to the Forest of Seclusion and you would hunt, like tree folk or whatever I would call them. You can see them off. No, not these bulls. I don't really see the tree guys, but they're here in the Forest of Seclusion, and you need to hunt those guys. These guys right here. Yeah, all those little guys right there. It's just immature trees, little ones and big ones. You basically hunt those guys, and that's how you end up with. That's how you would pretty much end up with level 15, I think it will be. You know what? Now, as you run through here, there are going to be a few of these things that you can gain knowledge from. I ran past a few of these stone tablets that are on the wall, and I'll try to show you guys some of them here shortly, but they goblin research, you know, but might have ran too far past.
Please.
Look at his big mother sucker. And keep in mind as you're gaining these right here. Yeah, so these statues right here is what I'm saying. Bronze altar, and you can see it's gonna require 1 energy. There's gonna be tablets like that throughout the area, and you can actually select on those in order to gain knowledge. Obviously, I'm a little low on energy at the moment, but it's not stopping you from actually doing what you gotta do. You're just gonna wait.
Destiny must have led you here. Never stop seeking light, even in the deepest darkness. Experience will gradually reveal the way.
So now he's given us a quest, the black, and you're gonna run into these quite a few times.
Remember, friend, I'm Edan.
You're gonna run into these things quite a few times, where you are going to have the black spirit take you to places of power, so that way he can that way he can consume his power.
Could it somehow be your presence?
You
Though it's weak, you are possessed with dark energy.
It still hasn't awakened. Hey, tell us anything at all you can remember about the black energy. You must rid yourself of all those hallucinations.
Edan, stop. He seems unstable.
The dwarf in a flask.
Are you okay, Edan?
We were one step too late. It seems the black energy has destroyed your memory. We better report this to the shrine. Destiny must have led you here. Never stop seeking light, even in the deepest darkness.
And we've got another inventory slot for 2 expansions and some contribution XP for completing this quest, or the quest that is possible.
Experience will gradually reveal the way.
Life of awakening. It's a phenomenal discovery if the story carved in the mural is true. The wisdom of the ancients never ceases to amaze me. So there are things even the ancients could predict. Amazing.
What he's talking about is literally these murals here, and then as you remember me coming down the stairs, there was murals there as well. And there's murals littered throughout there.
Destiny must have led you here.
So before we click on that quest, I want to show you guys what I was talking about earlier. Is you have 2 things now available to you. You have enhancements that can be used on your weapons and stuff like that, or like to your weapons, and then you also have transfusions. I believe the transfusions ones is the stones, but we don't have a weapon. Oh wait, we do actually. So like if I were to take off that sword and then obviously equip it inside here, now I have the militia longsword there, but I don't have any stones to actually equip it to, so it wouldn't work. But if you did, then that's what you'd be able to do with that. We don't have any black stones though, unfortunately, so we'll have to work that out next time. But yeah, we're gonna get there. But he wants us to defeat some tree spirits. He's happy about his tree. And you can see that we're gonna get the Brior armor. So also notice that we've got 2 expansion slots, so I'm going to show you these. Like you see, we have these right here: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So it's a total 24 slots now. We can increase those. That was 2 slots that they gave us, and then we can increase it for a third slot expansion. You can equip your lantern if you want to. You notice that it automatically went bright. I don't know that there's a way to turn it on or turn it off inside here, so that way you're not just burning oil. So keep that in mind. Like, you know, like, not sure. Can't remember, to be honest. We also have a combat XP scroll. This will last for like 10 minutes, and it's basically going to increase our 10% bonus. You see, we have the gem right here, where there's a dim magical crystal, and it says that it can be transfused with any armor, but we don't have any armor with any empty slots. Maybe we will get some armor with some empty slots, hopefully. And then we have this crystal, which can be infused on a helmet, but we also, again, don't have any helmets with any empty slots. So we've got a new story about the ancient stone chambers, so let's read that. So basically, the ancient stone chambers are concealed by hordes of the tree spirits. These ruins are hard to see from outside. Upon entering, you'll observe that the architectural methods used to construct these ruins are far different from the buildings of the contemporary era. Many archaeologists vainly try to discover something of value in this place. However, a recent rumor suggests that Edan, famous adventurer and archaeological expert, and his party were able to successfully translate the hieroglyphs of these ruins. He was accompanied by an elf named Orwin and Laffy Bedmount, an expert in interpreting the ancient language. So it's telling us the story, and we see the elf and these guys here that, you know, Edan's come to do his thing in here. He's working his magic, and that's how we basically end up where we are. Now, I want you to also pay attention and notice that we actually have gained two contribution points, which means we can start at the western gate. We can recover our contribution point that we put into the house inside. Our house that we put inside. Where did we put that damn house? Where did we do that? Put the Olvia. We put a house inside Olvia, so we could recover that contribution experience. Anytime you gain a contribution point, it's never lost, even though you invest in it. You just basically recover that contribution point later on. So don't think about that. And you can see here goes another mural, and you notice the birth of the king, Kron Castle. It's the ancient stone mural of prophecy, and we're getting basically more information about it, right? So there's a couple of these murals that are going to allow you to gain knowledge as you go through. You probably want to check them out, if for nothing else. I mean, it's going to cost you some energy, but not for nothing. But you probably want it. Knowledge in this game is power, so I would always choose to have the knowledge by not having the knowledge. I really like that aspect of the game because I really do dig games filled with lore. I think the game just becomes a little bit more immersive for people who are willing to RP and put a little bit of effort in there. So I guess it's all dependent on you, the individual player. If you don't really care about it, then you just don't care about it. It's not a big deal. But if it's something that interests you, then I would, by all means, I would take a chance to take a look at it.
What choice do we have?
To
So
return to camp soon.
You can see that we've now killed these. We've completed that area, the stone chamber, and we're kind of well on our way here. We've completed quite a bit. We've got, you can see there's a bunch of new items here that we have for that stone chamber, bits of knowledge that we've obtained, that we want to hold on to. You can see our contribution points have gone up here, current uses. We have the house that we purchased. We're probably going to want to regain those at some point. Let's kill some tree spirits and we'll end the video there. Now, I really love this camera mode, and I wish that they had made this mode available for us to kind of play with. Realistically, if I was you, I'd probably stay in this area and just farm the shit out of these guys. There are quite a few levels. So, like, it's messed up because you can't really, the problem with playing in this mode is you can't see anything. Like, there's no information whatsoever. It's just beautiful to look at, though, you know. So let's see if I can go back to the other mode so that way you guys can see what we're doing here. We got little short to kill now. I forgot to show you guys the charge and slash. I meant to do that. So let's look at the charge and slash here in a second. We just gotta find some of these little tree spirits. Looks like there's a general goods vendor out here on the thing, so let's talk to him. So she has a medical kit, nothing we need, but we've gained knowledge from meeting her, so that's good. So you can see that our gap closer. That's why it's kind of important, you know, that you understand what the different skills are that are available to you, and you pull them off. They are helpful. So let's get our black spirit in here with his teeth now. So we got some new armor. Unfortunately, this armor still does not have a mod, but we got the new armor, which is the most important thing, because we can sell our rebar armor. It all depends on how you look at it. Like the rebar armor, you can see is of the same size, but it's of different weight. So the weight requirement for the rebar armor is less. It's all dependent on what you want, because you can see that this the Brio armor is giving you a max HP plus 10, while you were getting nothing from the rebar armor. So completely up to you if you want to continue wearing it or not. What I think I want to do is I want to hunt some guys here. So you can see kind of how I'm changing up a little bit now, because I've actually got some armor on. I see that there is someone over here in the forest, so let's go meet that person. Looks like they're at the top of the hill. Ah, node manager.
This is an excavation node, so I bet if you invest here, you'll get some rare stuff, right? Think you're going to scrounge a bit of gold following me around?
So
nagging. I don't want to hear it anymore.
You can see this is her node right here, and like she said, it's an excavation node.
You don't want to get paid, huh?
But we can't actually invest in it because we have to connect the preceding node. So nothing really to do there with that node, unfortunately. It's just this what it is. But she was the one that sent us on the quest in the first place. Kind of important. That's kind of important why you follow your mini-map, because had I not looked over to that area and saw that question mark, we don't know what the hell I would have seen. No, just another player. But I'm always out looking for those things. Edan. Can't miss. It. Big it hard. And look at that. Got an A rating from the freaking tree spirit. And level it up, which is what I was trying to do. So what you do from here is of interest to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here, and I'm going to make my way back to the western camp, and I'm going to invest in some node stuff, so next time we join in you guys will probably see that. But that's not to say that you have to do that. Basically, I'm creating a swath over here where from Olivia up here to the north, and now I want to come down here to the western guard gate, but you know, in order to invest in this stuff I gotta start kind of building up everything. And you can see that there's also places over here that people I need to go meet. There goes the other person I need to go meet right here, right there. Let's actually go over there. Excuse me. Jesus. So we're basically going to go back to the Western Guard camp, and it looks like on my map, I don't know why I didn't do that before, There was still one individual at the Western Guard camp that I did not actually meet. I've met 9 out of the 10 people, and thankfully from that, I was able to actually talk to Miguel. Vane now has a quest.
We'll never lose our pride to the Hydaellians.
So he wants us actually to help defeat some imps, or some wolves. So that's fine.
This is a Western Guard camp.
But who did I miss over here? Now that's odd because I'm pretty positive I spoke to Constance.
You must never forget to maintain your equipment properly.
Now, clearly...
Wolves and imps are causing such problems these days. I'm worried about my parents on the farm.
Clearly I spoke to Constance. I'm not under any illusion that I didn't speak to Constant. I know I spoke to Constant. Not sure why the hell it didn't register like I spoke to Constant though. Let's go over here and make sure we make our mark with this dude too. I want to finish up the video by talking to the last remaining people on the map that it hasn't shown. Why Constant didn't appear for knowledge is beyond me, I don't know. But that brings up a good point of trying to make sure that we actually discuss with individuals. What the hell? So we did speak to her, right?
Are you here to look for a ship? You can reach Hydael and then Calpheon if you sail along the Balanos River.
That was odd. Okay. And you can tell that something's still missing here. That's bleaker. Weird that the breath meter or whatever it is goes off like that while you're swimming there. That doesn't really make sense. I'm above water. I guess maybe Bleaker, maybe this dude right here is Bleaker, I don't know. He kind of just looks like another player character, I guess. But I can't seem to talk to him, so I'm not going to stress myself out about it before I finish playing. And let's make our way this way. And now you can see I'm not too concerned, like my mind really right now isn't too concerned with trying to get my donkey, which you see a lot of people running around for, because I already have a tier 5 horse. Unfortunately, it's just not available to me right now. Why? It's a good question. And you can see we've got the node management gateway.
The node here can be connected from Western Guard camp.
So he just told us in order to connect this node, we basically need the guard camp node, which means that there's a node previous to this one that we actually need to connect. We'll figure it out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Almost forgot where I was going. It doesn't seem like there's anybody over here to actually meet. But he might be available at a different time of day or something like that. I'm not quite sure. But I don't see anybody on my map either. So, like if as I'm looking around, you don't see anything but these things right here. So. Oh. So in my mail, I sent my wife. I'm gonna finish the video with here. But in my mail, I sent my wife a gift of repayment, and she sent me one. So I wanted to show you guys, in case some of you don't have them, what that looks like. I obtained a gift of repayment, and let's take a look inside my inventory and actually use that. So we see the gift here. We have one of them, so. And let's down. What is it gonna give me? Man, that's gave me an HP lotion large, 20 of them. Now, those probably will come in handy, but a lot later, to be honest with you. I'm gonna hang out right here by this little village. I don't think I'm gonna be suffering any trouble. And I'll end the video here. Thank you guys for sticking around. I hope you guys are enjoying the journey. And until next time, have fun.